This conference will
On
now
TV,
be
right?
recorded.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We are about ready to begin our meeting. Do we have any volunteers in the prayer? Not I do it. I'll take it. No, everybody's trying to raise their hand at the same time. I'll take the prayer this morning. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you again for bringing us together to do the kind of events. We ask you to help us to make all the best decision that we can make in the best interest of all the citizens in the county. We ask you to represent each family that is here today. And Lord, again, this, teeth and tongue will fall out, but it's in the same mouth, so that I always have to pull it back together. We ask you just to be with us. We thank you for these blessings and many others. Amen.
Amen.
I'll stand for the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Mr. Steve is on you. Yeah.
Got the proposed agenda.
Approve the agenda and the minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have an agenda before us. What's the pleasure of the board?
You have anything to add? Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we approve the agenda.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it has been motion and second. All in favor by the show of hands. Okay. All the old minutes were email, just email. No, don't let them to everybody. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move we adopt as recorded.
Second.
Okay, it has been motion and second. Now, do we have any discussion on it before we vote on? Any correction? If not, all in favor by the show of your hand. Now, Mr. Stevens, on you.
All right, sir. Let's see. You got the finance report last week for the month ending, period ending July the 31st. Take it, look at it. Got any questions? We'll be glad to try to answer them. Just a reminder, item number 3, we still have a vacancy on the Board of Health. I haven't heard back from Judge Bowen on, he was trying to find somebody that would be willing. He's talking to somebody, but hadn't got a commitment from them last I heard, so.
Question on the board. I saw Cindy's coming back to Dooley County.
I have not heard that.
No, I sort of didn't ask some questions about that.
What position is she taking?
They really didn't fulfill the old position that she had. And they had an interim person over there, and according to what I heard, that they still were looking for somebody to fulfill that position. So I don't know.
I saw on Facebook last night that she was coming back to Dooley.
Well,
I didn't know anything about that.
yeah.
I didn't know. That's not a board decision.
The board that I'm on that board over there. It's not ours.
Y'all make those decisions or not?
Well, that's one of my good questions. I want to make sure I hadn't missed the last 2 or 3 meetings, but I want to sort of find out about
Make sure
that.
you didn't miss that part.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it been ran by me. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. All right, Rodney Hare and I were talking earlier. We've got 10 pavement cuts on several roads where they have replaced cross drain pipe in the last year on paved roads, and they've sat there for a while. They've seasoned, and Rodney said he would like to get asphalt put over them before wintertime comes. So I got the engineer to get us a proposal, and he got a proposal from Griffin Grading and from Reeves Construction. So on the old National Highway, there's 2 pavement cuts on that road. Owen Store Road had 6 pavement cuts, and just remind everybody, Owen Store Road was on schedule to be resurfaced last year, and it's in Commissioner Mixon's district, and money got tight, and he volunteered to take it off the resurfacing list, the whole road. But that road still got 6 pavement cuts on it.
We put it back this year.
It's not getting done this year.
Whatever I kicked last year to get the rest of
Of
Little Creek or whatever the road over there was, that road was first.
Okay, well, let me go back. Let me go back and see what our,
I saw this because I didn't know why we would cover these.
Right,
If
exactly.
it was on the paved.
well, we don't, if we don't, but I
Make no
didn't
sense.
think
What's
it was,
getting paid? Barbershop?
I can't remember. Let me get my thoughts here. Let's go find it.
Oh, you need to put them cuts in first.
LMIG. All right, LMIG 23 project list. That ain't worth a flip.
Was it?
What did we do? Come on. What project did we submit? Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm sorry. Here we go. Come on, you can do it. Oh, gracious. Bear with me, bear with me. Yeah, what we submitted for LMIG 2023 was Parker Store Road and Slashod Trail.
What was LMIG 22?
All right, back to LMIG 22.
And I know they got one section of Parker Store Road. I went by there. It look good.
List of projects.
So we fixing them right.
Yeah, I know it.
We ain't getting them that
Yeah,
we go fixing them right.
That's right.
Man, I tell you,
Little Creek and Gilbert Road.
we did some.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna submit a new list this year, right?
We would need to submit a list for 24 by the end of the year.
So that'll be the time then. That,
Yeah, but I just know in one of those proposals this year, the proposals you handed us out,
Oh yeah, it was on a proposed.
the one you gave us this year,
Now I don't remember about that now.
okay.
It's not unusual for us to have over $1 million worth of it. We had to whittle.
Yeah, it was on the proposed list last August, but there was a bunch of them on the proposed list.
what is, okay, what is? Owen Store, that's what you're talking about right there?
And that one right there. So back to where am I at? Back to here. And Rocky Ford has one pavement cut in Tippetville Road, and just for maps. Now, I don't know the exact location of the cuts on these roads. I meant to get with Rodney and get that, but we never. But Old National has how many cuts? Let's see. Old National has 2 cuts on it. And then Rocky Ford over here has 1 cut on it. And then this is Owen Store Road out east of Pinehurst, almost to the Pulaski County line. Well, to the Pulaski County line. It's the one that's got 6 cuts on it.
All them are pipes.
Sir?
All those are pipes.
Yes, they were pipes that we replaced when we thought it was in line to be resurfaced. And we try to, what Rodney tried to do, he tried to look at roads that are going to be resurfaced, look at the pipe, and if there are any pipes, metal pipes that are going to need replacing in the next year or 2, go ahead and replace them before we resurface them so we don't have to cut a freshly paved road. And then Tippetville Road, there's one pavement cut on it.
So we're gonna go back with Miller or with
We go back with concrete pipe. We don't put any metal pipe on the pavement.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Cause that road on West Road, I saw where the dirt they had to cover some of the metal pipe there down below Mr. West's house. But that was a huge. You can walk through it. I was just curious.
But this is kind of an unbudgeted item. But if we don't pave those pavement cuts in, come wintertime, they can get kind of rough if wet weather sets in and start getting a bunch of complaints from folks about.
But it sure worked last time we fixed all those. We got to have a lot of good feedback,
We try to do this once a year to get caught up on all the pavement cuts. We let them sit out there for several months, let the dirt settle as much as possible. And if you're wondering,
We got some help last year with that, didn't we? We got some help with that last year.
ARP.
Or we did with ARP money?
yeah, this year, here we go. Let's go look. It would have to be done right now, as of the end of July, in our SPLOST road account, we got $531,000. And in our T-SPLOST, we showed two T-SPLOST accounts here. You gotta remember, one T-SPLOST expired in 22. We have just now finally spent all that money. So it's got a zero balance in it. In our new T-SPLOST, which began the very first of this year, we've got $573,000. So we got right at $1.1 million between SPLOST and T-SPLOST available for roads. So, if you wanted to do this, I think there's adequate funds there to do it out of either SPLOST or T-SPLOST and not hit ARP money.
offer a motion that we do it and get ready for the paving.
I second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. There's a motion and a second, but that won't cover all of it. It'll almost cover all of it, right?
What?
The proposals that we got. But Griffin would be closer to it.
Yeah, Griffin's gonna be the low bid.
Yeah, that's 10 cuts.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at, say $11,000 a cut.
Okay. All right. So all in favor by the show of hands, and that motion carries.
Griffin. Okay. All right, moving on. Update on the new EMS station.
Steve, can I say something before we move on?
Yes, sir.
I on that road there in Lily, since we're talking about roads, that just got paid. Okay, update me again on why it just got paid. I want to make sure I'm on the right page. And it didn't get paid last year, and where did the funds come from for it to get paid?
Okay, we're talking about the section of West Road that's inside the city of Lilly.
Right.
It's my understanding that was the city of Lily's LMIG project for last year, for 22.
Right.
And the same contractor that got their LMIG project for 22 was Reeves Construction, which is the same one that got our LMIG project for 22.
Mhm.
But they never got around to doing our LMIG projects in 22. So they were a year behind getting caught up on LMIG projects. So that was the reason for the delay. The contractor couldn't get to it.
Of course, he didn't do none of ours either.
Didn't do ours either.
Right. And that's the same guy that doing
So-
Parker Star Road.
Because, yeah,
Okay.
Little Creek was our 22 project
That's right.
that Reeves Construction was supposed to do.
Mhm.
But they didn't do it in 22. They just now getting around to doing it this year as well.
I believe, Steve, that you had encouraged them to ask for additional funding.
Yeah,
Johnny Floyd.
we suggested
And it's-
the town of Lilly contact our DOT board member to get some additional. Now, whether they did or not, I don't know.
I think we talked about it several times.
I think they finally did, or they'd have probably had to put more than 1 year's LMIG together to do
Yeah.
that a little bit.
Most of the small cities, yeah, I know Pinehurst, the DOT allows them they can roll their LMIG money over for like 3 years to get enough money to be able to do a project.
Right.
Because they don't necessarily get enough money in 1 year to do a significant project. So they'll let them, DOT lets them roll it over for a couple of years to build up enough money.
Right.
But now whether Lilly contacted DOT or whether they got some additional money, I don't know, but they didn't go through us to do that.
Because I called the former mayor 2 or 3 times and talked with him about it. So no private citizen could have had that enough power to call the company and do
Okay, Kyle, say that
it.
again?
No private citizen, just a regular citizen couldn't have got the road paid.
They could have called DOT and gotten the additional funds.
Mhm.
Could have requested.
They could have called their DOT
Could have had-
commissioner and.
It had to be somebody with some pretty good
I'm just trying.
pull. I mean, that's possible,
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the facts.
but
Were you on the board when they extended the city limits? Because it just didn't go out that far, I've been told.
It didn't. It didn't go out that far.
They had a reason for wanting to go out that far.
I thought it was a project. It was called something about that project down there. Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't recall.
and they shot it way out there. Yeah. Okay, I just one more question. Now, how much fund did we give the city of Lilly any funds to help out? I mean, through the LMIG and through T-Splash and all that.
No, sir.
Okay.
Because the city's eligible for LMIG funding just like the county's eligible. The city gets a portion of T-Splosh funds just like the county gets a portion of
That's
T-Splosh funds, so. Okay.
Okay.
The new EMS station, they should be through with the carport section, the roof over the carport section. And we understand they're finishing, they're on the inside finishing, doing the finish work, which tends to be the slow part of the process.
Right.
So.
It always is.
But Glenn says everything's on schedule. He'll be here for our budget work session, so we can get an update from him when he gets in here. Having said that, at the last meeting, we took bids. Y'all accepted a proposal from Bernetta Childs for the purchase of the house.
Mhm.
She came Friday, her and her brother, came, got a key to go look at it. She was a little, she's still interested. She's still planning on buying the house. So she's working on getting the money. At one time, she was thought about backing out.
So that's the thing, in these bidding processes and every one I've ever been involved in, the close of the bid, you gotta pay the money.
The way it look like it ought to be, because they should have
Any
inspected it
land and any
before.
of those auctions, farm auctions you've ever gone to, you gotta write the check or have the bank letter with the funds in hand. I mean, it's a real normal real estate transaction.
Anyway, as of last night, she was planning on
Finishing it up.
finishing up the transaction. All right, so let's go to number 6. Splost, I've gotten, I think last meeting I told y'all I hadn't got, I needed some, I was going to have to punch up the cities to get their list. I've gotten the list of projects now. I've gotten, Byronville was the first one I got. Pinehurst, Unadilla, and Vienna. I haven't gotten Dooling and Lilies, and I'm in the process of trying to punch them up to get theirs. I understand Dooling's mayor recently resigned due to some health issues,
Gracious. No, I didn't know.
and they the council appointed a Nancy Allen as mayor pro tem. I don't know Miss Allen, but that's what I've been told. So I'm trying to reach out to them and get them to get us their list of projects so we can go ahead and get ready to issue the call for the election and how we can go ahead and get all that taken care of. So
What's the deadline for that, Steve?
I'd like to have it done by the end of September.
When do they meet again?
I'll have to look and see. I don't know.
You say Lily and Dooling.
Lily and Dooling are the 2 cities right now that I don't have their list of projects.
Okay. Let me ask you that. When you say list of projects, because I know Lily don't have a septic, not septic, but city sewage. Could that be one of the projects?
Any capital expenditure project could be. I'm going to look back and see what their projects were for the SPLOST that is expiring here.
Because they really need.
You mean a whole city sewage system?
What sewage system?
You said they don't have sewage over there?
There. They have a sewage system in.
No, sir, you gotta have set tank.
They won't get it. That's
Money to do that.
That's like $10 million.
Well,
Not one.
It's
Not
sort of,
1 million.
and see,
I would think that would
they
be.
look at me so
Family
when I
just
say,
spent
I don't say I didn't qualify for some of the
just
other
on
grants they got.
five.
Because
Just
they
on
didn't, you don't have city sewer, the only thing they got is running water. And I've been up there sometime and it was sort of ugly, but I can't understand why the mayor and the city council hadn't addressed that issue.
It appears that in the current SPLOST, they had 4 projects, like they just divided their money into 4 equal amounts. They listed city equipment, city facilities improvements and renovations, watershed projects and renovations, and water system improvements and renovations.
Well, Eugene, can't you help them out, man?
Well, I think the problem lies when they ask for money, who do they ask? They ask this board right here, and this is the wrong people to be asking. They need some folks that will get in a vehicle and go to Atlanta where the money is. I mean, they don't come down here and say, Vienna, what you need, Lily, what you need, Unadilla, what you need. The people that get stuff done get good at chasing the money. Now, that's tough when you're almost volunteering as a public servant to spend your money to try to get other money. You know, everybody's not into that.
But see, it come down to me, they put the blame on me that I supposed to do all that. Hey, man, I'm outside the city limits. I'm not in the city limits, so how can you fault me for what's not? Because I really think they probably just need to be told or educated to the point
Yeah. I mean,
and so that they'll understand, you know,
Well,
what kind of power they have to try to at least go and get some of that money.
there's 159 counties in the state. You can only imagine how many little towns like Lily and Violin, Yellowville and Pinehurst are here statewide.
Yeah.
And everybody's got a handout. But I'm telling you, if they have not given you any money over the years, it's your time.
Yeah.
But you gotta ask.
But see, I don't think, see, they don't know. They just don't know. See, that's what I told them at the city council meeting in Brownville when they were talking about that water tower. The first thing came out of my mouth, well, we got a commissioner on the board that knows about that kind of stuff. His name is Eugene Casey. Said, yeah, we know him. They give him a call. And
My understanding is they signed the papers on that thing.
Yeah.
Last week. It's supposed to be today.
right. So we are. You don't know when I get together. I find out. I asked Mrs. Granville about Lily, me. I go and talk with them because they need that. God knows they need it.
They need everything to get down.
Yeah.
All right, item number 7, our budget. We're gonna have a budget work session at 10 o'clock today to meet with the final department heads we haven't met with. Number 8, the planning commission met this past Monday. Vester McWilliams Jr. had applied for a zoning variance for tax parcel 70-29A, which is at 599 Bullington Road, to add a third residence on the property. I understand the planning commission met with him, talked about it, and his plan is there's 2 old residents there. His plan is to tear both the old, put a mobile home there, which would be the third residence, and then tear down the 2 other residences. So I believe the planning commission granted him a variance with the condition he had 2 years to get rid of the other 2 residences.
Now let me ask you about that. When they go through that variance, do they, the planning and zoning board, do they put it in writing when those people agree to do those things like this person is agreeing to doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
How's that enforceable after the fact?
I asked that question, and that would be, I asked, well, what happens if, say, the residents are still there after 2 years? You'd go for the probate, you'd file a claim, you take it to magistrate court and put it before the judge and let him decide. Since we don't have a code enforcement officer. And even if we had a code enforcement officer, that's what he would do. He'd issue a citation and get it before the magistrate judge. So. All right. That's it. That's all I have for the agenda. Our budget work session is not scheduled till 10, but you've got a handout here. This is from the Middle Georgia EMC. They've scheduled a little economic development conference, a 1-day little summit, they're calling it, in October. And they're inviting elected officials from Dooley, Pulaski, and Wilcox County to participate. Unfortunately, the date they picked is our regular meeting date in October.
Where is that gonna be?
Well, they're saying that they want to, depends on how many sign up, so they haven't determined the location of it at this point in time. They wanted me to be sure and share that with y'all and RSVP if we were planning to attend.
See, yeah. If the board number, I forgot a couple of things I want to just ask questions on, if the pleasure of the board. Okay, when we talk about, the last time we talked about when you don't pay your garbage bill, and they're gonna issue what you call it, FIFA, yeah, on it. Now, explain to me one more time how that works.
A FIFA?
Yeah.
It's my understanding what a FIFA does, it just puts it on record over at the courthouse that John Doe owes the county $200 for a garbage bill. Puts it on record. So if that property ever goes up to or sale, whoever buys that property is buying that debt. So they'll have to put
The debt's cleaned up at the closing
at
of
the
the
closing,
transaction.
at the closing when they buy it, that debt gets settled.
But your property cannot be taken because of FIFA, right? I mean,
A FIFA,
Oh,
they will not take your, a FIFA doesn't take your property.
Mhm.
But a FIFA can lead to your property being taken.
Okay. I didn't want to make sure.
But just because a FIFA is taken doesn't mean you can lose your property.
Right.
It didn't work like that, does it?
What?
I was on work like that, does it? Why they send out them DST letters then?
That's threatening to sell your property.
That's telling you better clean it
Let's
up
get-
before a certain date or it's gonna go to the sale.
Or it could potentially go to a sale.
These letters read, it's going
It's
to
going to the
It's going to
sale. That's
auction.
what I'm saying.
And that's why I'm asking you because see, I got called
So
about
they
that.
used to do it like
The
that.
DTSs that just
Uh-huh.
went out are for property taxes.
No, we got some garbage. Too now.
Recently,
It was something because
Or-
it was garbage.
Yeah. But are the garbage letters, are they DTS letters, or are they just a notice from Lynn saying, hey, you got, I haven't seen them.
DTS saying better get rid of it and they can have a property sale.
but that's for, the DTS letter I got was for property taxes. Are you saying you got one for garbage?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think she was doing those yet.
Well, the garbage, they called me about the garbage. That's why I explained like Steve did. I said it's just a lien because what happened was they wanted to end up. She wanted to pay on it until she got it caught up. And I told her, I said, well, then I don't think that would be an issue there. I don't think they're gonna sell your property. And you have an opportunity to catch up. I don't think the lady was staying there in the house, and now all of a sudden she get the letter that you all are talking about, and more try to
Now, the last meeting, we agreed anything over a year that she could go after.
It was over a year. What I'm talking about now.
Okay, well, then we did tell her that she could do the FIFA and then she would lead into a property sale.
Mm-hmm. But what's the time span on that? How long do they have the person to pay?
Depends on, property tax sales are every other year. Or no, every year, but if you're 2 years behind, they do a property tax sale. If you don't catch it up. We told her she could start at a year because we didn't want it to get to a large amount of
Yeah, we
numbers
did say that. Yeah.
that people couldn't handle.
But what if they start paying on it?
If they've worked out something with her the same way over at Paul's office, you can work out something on your back taxes. You sign a contract saying that you're gonna pay this amount every month to catch up your back, but you also have to keep current, the current. I think Lynn says she had several that were coming and paying her, but now if this person has ignored her to this point in time,
No, I think she might. I don't know whether she was there or not, but that letter got her attention. So she want to try to. She don't want to lose her.
Was her letter from Lynn or from DTS?
I don't know. They never did say where.
I knew Lynn said she was gonna send out certified letters. So if she got a letter from Lynn certified, I'd reach out to Lynn and set up that payment plan before a FIFA is. In the past for garbage, Lynn sends me a letter threatening a FIFA. Like if it was a renter that didn't pay. This is before we changed everything over. We get a letter saying we owe $600 on a piece of property, and she sends threatening the FIFA. Well, then you go pay it. Or set up something with her where, okay, give me 3 months to pay this down. I'm just, from last week to now, I'm just surprised she could have gotten out DTS letters. I don't. The city sent out DTS letters in Unadilla, and Paula has sent out.
The one I got I'm like you, really somebody renting it, but it's for trash. Actually, you know, they done bought it.
This was a trash, yeah.
And once it go to DTS, I think you gotta have all the money up front.
If it hits DTS,
Mhm.
I just would, from last week to now, that's a long process for her to get that.
I'll find out for sure.
Yeah, but I
I'm
don't,
sure it's DTS letters.
I explained it the way we had talked about it in here, but again, I don't know who she got the letter from. I don't know whether it was from DTS or from Lynn.
Now, even with the tax commissioner, if you get a DTS letter, you can still go over there and sign up for the payment plan
Or you can,
at the property tax office.
if you do it in a certain date, no problem.
That's right. If you get it and you go and say, okay, I need some time to pay this, they've always worked with people on paying down the property tax.
On the front end,
Huh?
on the front end, not the back end when you run right up to the day.
Yeah, now, when you get that letter, don't wait till the day before the
That's
auction.
Yeah.
The sale, but yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard a story where they didn't try to work with somebody.
Right.
Right.
And Lynn, I don't know, I've never been involved in a garbage sale before.
I tried to call Lynn, but she's not available right this minute.
Okay, so I was pretty close. And normally when I don't know exactly how to explain, I always tell them call Steve. He knows what to do. And the other thing is, did we actually, Rodney Doe hired, what's the name? Young. Did they get him? So he didn't bring him by him? So we keep it
No,
official?
he's not working yet.
Oh, he ain't working yet?
No.
God, we need to keep the same system so everybody would know. I don't want to get caught up like the EMS. Folk working on, we don't know who they are. Even though I know 8 Ball, but still, you know, the pattern has been set, so we need to keep it uniform. Yeah.
Since we're on that issue, I put an ad in the paper for, I begun advertising for a full-time custodian. Malika Brown has been out most of the year.
Really?
Mhm. She had 2 strokes and she tried to come back, but
Gracious.
it wasn't working out for her. So she still hasn't let me know what she wanted to do, but
How much that pay?
14.
14 hours.
And right now we still have Miss Lush, who last day will be next Friday, and a Monica Davis. What's Monica last name? She's not a Davis anymore. McKellar.
Yeah, she McKinley or something.
McKellar.
McKellar.
Yeah, right now
Uh-huh.
she's filling in.
I didn't know that.
I would like to get her, but I don't think we can match her salary.
So we got 20 minutes.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything else before we. I do need to get the chairman's signature on a couple of things. It doesn't require any action of the
I
board.
love them, but I didn't need.
This is a resolution the county attorney prepared. Last meeting, y'all voted to sell that house to Bernetta. That's just a resolution to that effect. Just need the chairman's signature.
Did he put something on there about we just gotta have it within a month?
Give her 30 days.
That's what I thought.
Mhm.
Yeah. You said, yeah, but
And then this is something.
usually, like you said, it's the day of.
Right,
Yeah, because they're supposed to make you have a letter, like you said, the money or the
Bank
A
letter
bank
saying
draft,
they're gonna
yeah.
give it to you.
Yeah.
This is just a document saying that we've authorized RMS to do the RMS is the third party operator of the public transit system. And they also help prepare our application every year to DOT for the money that we get to fund the application, to fund the program. So this is just saying we're authorizing RMS to prepare to submit our application.
I would have never put in a bid for my friends.
Thank you.
All right.
Whatever.
That's still a good, I mean, I've seen this out of the house, it's still a good deal.
Come on, Daniel Dell. I think I mean I do
I
too.
mean,
I don't know.
I know what needs to be done up there, it's still a good deal.
How much land came with the house?
Acre there.
Man, yeah, that's a good deal, man. And then right there beside the road too.
Got plenty of room to park them cars.
I mean, you know,
We gonna adjourn this meeting? Or
We're gonna go into a budget work session. I'm trying to think, is there anything else to update y'all on? Because I got folks coming at 10 o'clock, so, what else is out going on?
Did the library finish their project, do you know?
Okay.
You've been out there?
You know, she told us they were finished. They ain't
Yeah, they're
seen it.
finished. I went out there, not long, last week, I think, and they were doing the last part. So they're finished. It looks good in there.
And saying that there should be enough SPOS money left to put up the cameras that they requested. That Chris Flynn and Brandon Christmas have actually put the cameras up with that, but that's enough SPOS money to purchase the camera system. Do y'all want to go ahead and proceed with that?
Yeah, I think they would feel much better.
I think they'll.
Yeah.
The library board has already approved it if SPOS funds were available. So, and now that we've gotten the bill for the new flooring there will be money available for that. So
what kind of flooring they put in?
I haven't been out there.
LVP, I think.
LVT. Okay, that's a good floor. Yeah. Now, how many other paving projects other than Parker Store Road that we have that we trying to meet before October?
Gilbert Road, Little Creek Road.
Those were the two old projects.
That's
We
that's all
skipped
from there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or they didn't get to us.
Right.
Okay. And then the ones for this year, Parker Store Road from 230 to Little Creek,
Mm-hmm.
and Slosh Eye Trail from Highway 41 to Pleasant Valley.
You didn't get that road mixed up with Orange Road, did you?
no, I'm gonna go back and find my sheet, cause there were 3 options there. And I don't.
Yeah.
I ain't arguing, but I'm arguing. I don't think we did that.
Hold on a second, let me pull up. That was this year.
I would have told folks it was getting paved if.
Come on. Is that going?
Greetings from the probate court at 8:30 this morning.
Big case.
Well, the judge set it at 8:30 to accommodate and started it later, which was,
Because the person you're trying to accommodate didn't show.
Are they done?
Hmm.
They done with court?
he did put me first on the calendar. But, my apologies.
Well, we're about done.
Yeah, I don't think we had any legal fiasco.
Yeah.
I could stay going more often.
We've been had going to a budget work session. We're just trying to wrap up the regular meeting. We're just killing time now, basically.
You don't do me. All right.
No, sir.
Patio set.
Thank you.
Can't find these
Good to see you.
anymore. My whole agreement. That's the before.
At least get turtle out of the deal.
You painted? You look good. You did.
Clean them up.
Oh,
You
okay.
did it with a king.
Yeah.
Really?
The real estate transaction house in Burnell today is going
They make it.
to purchase.
Some of them come-
So how do we need, what's the next step need to be?
Wait.
I talked to Nick and he's willing to do the
Wait a
closing.
minute. Call to get a paper. The
Got
door locked.
got it signed.
Oh,
Tell
what
you
way
when
back
to
there?
do it. But yeah, I mean, it done good.
What?
We spray stuff like that, but I got 3 or 4 paint sprays, you know.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know, but
you painted with a
then
can, but that look,
It
Just
don't-
give me a copy of
it-
yeah.
you ain't really got to be
And
No,
that
yeah,
stuff that
yeah,
never wear out,
just
man.
let me-
You have to
Give
be paying
me,
the.
copy me on the
Keep
email.
you in the loop.
Copy me on the email, you copy the commissioners, let them know it's done.
Okay.
That's all floor. They come out.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Office running John Sherrill.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, told you that, man, it was gonna be all
Right.
Where
He
you
had
go?
them old square.
Get something out of the
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah, God,
I say,
dog.
left his hat, so I'm assuming he
Yeah.
had.
Paper or something.
And his
That'll
glass,
be-
unless
that'll
his
be-
glasses
yeah.
here, so.
On the side, you right, you beat them out. On the side, you
Yes.
got them out of them, unless you got it all the way up.
Well, punches,
Yeah.
All right, so
Well, they had it up.
Yeah.
They had it up, they piled up, they were gonna haul it off.
That's all the regular business I have, so we're just, all I know is, all the thing I got left is the budget work session, unless y'all got something else for the regular session.
But I didn't
I'm
get
looking
it
right now,
done,
getting out.
'cause they didn't
Tim
try to
done
say
left.
They busted it up, done everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't even need y'all hanging around for that.
See, that's real stuff. That's why it's still money.
All right, thank you. We'll
Yeah,
see y'all
all
later.
right.
All right.
All right.
That's the real stuff, they
Yeah.
show you.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them nails there, man, you can't hardly pull out, man. I thought they was them daggers they put in the vampires and stuff like that. The more
They
hard
rough.
nail like
They
that.
rough,
Yeah.
man, I tell you, they set up in there.
We know we'll cut through nail with the saws I got, but now them right there, you eat up a blade, man.
Yeah, you sure will, you're earning.
I don't try to bend that and done that, man. Try about
You
everything.
ain't got to hit but one of them and run you.
Yeah.
I love the feel with that stuff, especially when you know it's gonna make a difference.
Yeah.
Where it come from.
Yeah.
We're going to budget work session.
All right, got Bill Starr with Extension Service. Chris Flynn with IT Department,
Bingo.
and Glenn Lacy with
Yeah, boy.
building inspection supposed to come, so. And then we need to have another budget work session next Thursday. And I'm hoping by then I'll have you a complete book. So we can see what the bottom line looks like.
I got a question. Are we recording anymore?